Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast and game 2 in a best of 7 series between Clan Prime and Team EG. Game 2 taking place, as you guys already know, here in the Xel'Naga Caverns. It is going to be a Zerg versus Zerg mirror match once again. So for all you guys who don't like Zerg versus Zerg, I'm sorry, this is just the way everything else has set up. EG StrifeCro opening up with a good luck, have fun. Junwi opening up with a bunch of Korean that I cannot read. I'm sure someone will translate for me. I don't have Google Docs open to let you guys know what it is. Now here you already see a little bit of a difference. You can already see that Junwi opting to go for that 10th drone before trying to even train up that Overlord. Meanwhile, the European style and the North American style tries to train up that Overlord at the, I believe, the 10-minute mark or the 9 food mark, and then that Overlord will be able to pop up, and now you can see that StrifeCro does have a little bit of a head start on creating those drones compared to Junwi. So Junwi now going to try to power drone as well. I really don't know the difference between the economies, who really comes out better. It is difficult to say. It is something that I've seen the Korean players do versus the North American and the European players. I honestly can't tell you which one is better. We now see Junwi opening up with a very early extractor. We should be seeing a spawning pool coming down shortly as well. And then most likely going to be transferring 3 drones into that extractor, get up 100 gas, and then pull all those drones off for some very early aggression. Production wise, both players pretty much doing the same exact thing so far. It looks as though Junwi is a little bit ahead on that extractor count, but by the time that those two armies engage, it should be about even. So it really will come down to micro in these battles so far, as we now see 3 extractors quickly making its way in on both of these sides. Overlord's now being trained. It is just going to be a mirror match. Wait to see what happens. Who's going to be able to get that very strong advantage? Will anyone go to roaches? Will anyone go to banelings? That is a key question. Now, I have seen players opt to not get the metabolic boost and go for a roach warren instead, as roaches are fairly strong against zerglings. So we'll see if we're going to see any of that. No, both players now going into queens and zerglings already. Metabolic boost now being trained in by Junwi. We should be getting a metabolic boost coming in just a moment. There we go, coming in from StrifeCro. So yeah, it is going to be a pure mirror match, as the production tabs are almost identical within 2 or 3 seconds of each other. Overlords are now being sporadically placed across the map. So what you're going to see is Overlords pretty much highlighting the entire center of the map. Both sides will be able to see when another player is trying to come in. You can already see Junwi trying to hold his ramp with 4 Zerglings. No Zerglings will be able to run by easily at all, as now you see a drone making its way over here to that low ground. So Junwi now going in for an expansion attempt. Now trying to hide along that backside. He does see that one Overlord there, and now that one drone was able to start mineral pathing through there. So those Zerglings now going to try to fight back a little bit. Nice hold position right there. Able to get in 1 claw attack or 2 claw attacks onto 1 Zergling. A little bit of an advantage there, as more Zerglings are trying to once again come into play. We now see Zerglings and drones now making their way out. That one drone was able to squeeze by that attack, and now we have a lot of Zerglings already on the move. So production wise, you now see Junwi getting a lot of Zerglings. Meanwhile, we see a tech to tier 2 coming in from StrifeCro, while Junwi now tries to get his hatchery set up, so he will be able to mine more minerals. A key question will be whether or not that tech to tier 2 will be able to help out all too much. Oh, those Zerglings getting that metabolic boost just a little bit faster is going to be able to perhaps cut off some of those Zerglings. Yeah, very nice. Junwi, by getting that 3-second difference, was able to get a lot more kills on those Zerglings as they were trying to escape. And now in comes all of these Zerglings here. We do see a roach warren already trying to come into play, but I do not see, 3 roaches now currently being trained, a tech to tier 2. However, that does not look very good, as those Zerglings are just suiciding themselves into this mineral patch. More Zerglings now coming in once again, trying to get more damage out. We do see double extractors coming in from StrifeCro. So StrifeCro was trying to get a very strong economy going, but I do not believe this is looking well for him at all. Now down to 8 drones. He does have 3 roaches, and those roaches perhaps will be able to park themselves on that ramp. But StrifeCro has also lost his very early queen. And now that StrifeCro, it does not have an additional hatchery into play, he will have a tech to tier 2, but it will be quite some time before he gets any of those higher tier units. Even the movement speed for those roaches will be delayed even further. So Roach is sitting right here on that ramp, perhaps trying to be able to fend off against any additional attacks. Production-wise, we now see Roaches coming in from Junwi, and Junwi now getting Roaches of his own should be able to gain sight onto that high ground with the help of this one Overlord and start to snipe down those Roaches, and that is going to be a problem. Is Junwi going to move out with Roaches? Yes, it looks like he will be, now getting up to 7 Roaches. The Roaches are now on the move. Production-wise and harvester count, you can see the difference between these two players. Junwi sitting on 17 compared to 13, and StrifeCro needs to really get a spine crawler right here in order to be able to fend off any serious attacks. And if one spine crawler was able to park itself right here, would be able to get a lot of damage. Zergling's now perhaps going to try to test that front door. He does see that there are 3 Roaches there, and now in comes some Zerglings coming in for reinforcement. Production-wise, more Roaches coming in from StrifeCro, but army-wise, you can see how big the discrepancy really is. Those Roaches now trying to run away, not going to be able to hold that position at all because of the sheer number of Roaches. Now tripling his army size. Queen now trying to get some spawn larva, and now these armies are going to have to try to engage. There we go. One Roach quickly getting taken down, and StrifeCro quickly realizing that he was not going to be able to take this game, says GG. So yeah, a very, very effective harassment coming in by Junwi, and really this goes to show you how StarCraft is a game of seconds. By Junwi getting that metabolic boost about 4 seconds faster, and I completely misquoted that the 4 seconds wouldn't make that much of a difference. By getting that metabolic boost 4 to 6 seconds faster, those Zerglings were able to surround and pick off a large number of StrifeCro's Zerglings as they were trying to retreat home. And by losing that many Zerglings early on in that fight, he was never able to get a strong enough army to fend off against those Zerglings once they start swarming inside his base. You also see StrifeCro try to do a very, very quick tech to tier 2. Now that quick tech to tier 2 would have paid off if he had a large enough army. Also, if the movement speed on those Roaches were actually in play, as the movement speed on those Roaches allows Roaches to move at I believe a movement speed of 3, and that really allows Roaches to be microed, especially in Roach Wars. But yeah, StrifeCro never was able to come back after that first debilitating loss, and then Junwi just came back with a bigger hammer and was able to just smack out StrifeCro. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this game here in the Xel'Naga Caverns between Junwi and StrifeCro. Thanks for watching.